Okay, here we go. We finally got the unit assembled. I would say it took about 3 hours to put it together. This is the 61932, the newer model of the two. The older model and the newer model essentially look the same. It apparently looks like they've upgraded a couple things or changed a couple things. So, and I'll talk about the little differences. Ghost on YouTube did a great assembly video, but his was again a little bit different. Some of the differences were the handle, that it's spring tension, so there's a spring assembly inside of here, and he had a tensioner up here to take away from the spring pressure. This unit does not. So I ended up, to get this handle to line up, I ended up using a 10-inch C-clamp to compress this down, this spring, to align this bolt to go through. So it required two people. It required someone else to hold it while I clamped it down and then align the bolt up to go through. So, and that spring essentially allows you to pull the handle and change positions of the drum. The other thing too is the motor housing. It looks like they pre-connected all the wires rather than leaving it up to the assembler to connect the wires, which made it a little difficult. You need a second set of hands. Once you install the outer housing for the motor, you needed someone to hold the switch out, the outer housing, where the switch is, while you install the motor plate inside. The other thing is there are no holes for any kind of lubricating or oiling on this unit, which is a little bothersome. So I did want to get a good shot in here because there are a lot of questions about the blades, how they end up, what they're supposed to look like when they're installed. It becomes a bit confusing in the instructions, but this is how it is. They made reference in the installation about the drum turning clockwise. That is incorrect. The drum should turn counterclockwise. So as you'll see, and I'm going to turn it on now so you can hear. It also makes that clattering noise that we talked about. So that is correct. Rotation. The arrows indicate the correct, but again, the instructions make reference to clockwise at one point. Again, laying out all your parts will be helpful in putting this thing together, and it'll make more common sense when you do go to do it. When you're installing the upper and lower bowl, the instructions make reference of 8 screws. There's only 6 with this unit. There's actually 8 with the older unit, so again, it can be very confusing. So once you lay everything out, you can kind of see as you go to the each assembly phase, you'll make sense. You'll need 2 bolts. You'll make sense on where they go because you have 2 bolts, 2 washers, that sort of thing. So again, it took a little over 3 hours. I paid about $189 for this on sale. The unit's great. Other than the installation and the poor reference of how to put it together, it turned out really well. So good luck to you guys. And again, you can get a good reference from Ghost on YouTube on the detail of the assembly. But I wanted to make the point on the differences of the 2 units. They look the same, but again, apparently they're a little bit different on how they come. So good luck, gang.